Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates and another episode of me and Alex Star Wars News Roundup. The series where we recap all Star Wars news, gaming, canon, movies and so on. So let's start off by jumping into the gaming news. We haven't had too much gaming news in July, but one non-gaming thing that kind of ties into Battlefront 2 was the release of the Battlefront 2 Inferno Squad novel. This novel lets us see the creation of the Inferno Squad as well as follow along on their first couple of missions, giving us a good backstory for the campaign in Battlefront 2. Probably the biggest news in July was the D23 presentation that Disney held regarding their games, which of course included Battlefront 2 and a new behind the scenes trailer showcasing the single player campaign. It was mostly behind the scenes footage, but they did show us a couple of seconds of gameplay footage, as well as a couple of new cinematic shots, as well as some new concept art. Moving on, we also got all the details regarding the beta, and the beta will be taking place in October. It starts on October 6th and ends on October 9th, and if you do pre-order the game, you get 2 days early access to the beta, meaning that you will have roughly 5 days to play it in total. They also confirm what the beta will contain, and first of all it will have the Assault on Theed, same as in the pre-alpha, but it will also contain Starfighter Assault, in this case space battles set during the original trilogy. And while we're talking about that, they have also confirmed that at Gamescom they will be showing off Starfighter Assault, and they will be hosting a live stream on August 21st, which will showcase EA's games, including Battlefront 2. And finally, I wanted to end the gaming news with this awesome new shot of Rey with her blue lightsaber, but now over to Alex and movie and canon news.
Thanks, Elliot. Dave Filoni has been torturing fans of Star Wars Rebels by tweeting out images and descriptions of scenes that were not revealed in seasons 2 and 3 of the show. The most significant was a conversation between Ahsoka and the Bendu prior to her journey to Malachor. He calls her a former Jedi Knight and hints at her death, but also something more. A second image was between Kanan and Ahsoka, which revealed that they knew each other before the Clone Wars ended. Speaking of tweets, Ron Howard has been doing a lot of that himself, showing us behind-the-scenes moments from directing the Han Solo film. I wouldn't be surprised if this was at Lucasfilm's request, just to show us that everything is going well despite all the drama. But I'll admit, it's working for me. I like seeing fleeting glances of Chewie and Lando, and my hope for the film is returning. Sticking with Han Solo news, it was announced that John Powell will be scoring the film. He's an Academy Award nominated composer for How to Train Your Dragon, which does include some really great music. I'll be honest, I didn't know the name when they first mentioned him, but I have no problem with the choice. In casting news, Spencer Wilding, who played Darth Vader in Rogue One, will be in the Han Solo film. People are freaking out like that's confirmation that Vader will be in the movie, but everybody calm down. He could be playing literally any large, imposing character, and he has done so before. And finally, Warwick Davis is also appearing in the film. For some reason I thought we already knew that, but just in case I'll mention it. Either way, it was awesome to see Ron Howard talk about directing Warwick for the first time since Willow, and Willow is undeniably awesome. D23 was this past month, and we didn't get much in the way of new movie news, unfortunately, but we did get a new behind-the-scenes reel for The Last Jedi, as well as some new posters. Most of the news was surrounding the upcoming theme parks at Disneyland and Disney World, which will be called Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Disney World specifically will have a Star Wars hotel where every guest will get their own storyline, and there will be rides where guest choices can affect what happens throughout the park. It sounds totally awesome, and the model alone looked very impressive. The Star Wars show revealed our first look at Kylo Ren's TIE fighter called the TIE Silencer. They didn't tell us much about it other than show it off, but it looks like a larger, sharper TIE interceptor. San Diego Comic-Con mostly showed off some new books and comics that we'll be getting in the coming months. The Thrawn novel will get its own adaptation. That's cool and all, but I wish it were a new original Thrawn story. Jason Fry will be writing the Last Jedi novelization, which is great news. Jason has written lots of great things for Star Wars already. We'll also be getting a collection of short stories surrounding Canto Bight, which I love. Those collections really bring me back to my childhood of reading Tales from Jabba's Palace and the like. We'll also be getting a story about Cobalt Squadron that looks like it'll be about Rose and her sister Paige. And of course, we'll be getting the releases we're used to seeing with new Star Wars films. A visual dictionary by Pablo Hidalgo, The Art of the Last Jedi, incredible cross-sections, and, most importantly, Chewie and the Porgs.
That wraps up July's news. If you're interested in more canon and movie news, feel free to check out Alex's channel in the description below, but I'm sure most of you are already subscribed to him. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.